My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Torna, the Golden Country. Last time, we made it to what remains of Feltley Village, and we met up with Adam and Hayes. This time, we'll be heading to Gormott to maybe find, Laura's mother. What's this? It's some kind of weird mist. Must be an ether miasma. We should do something about this before it ends up blocking the way to the harbor. This wasn't here when I passed through before. It does seem to have sprung up fairly recently. Bother! This is the only way through to the harbor where the ship departs. And there are monsters too. Maybe the miasma attracted them somehow. Indeed, we should handle this before more of them show up. Just let me at that miasma. I'll blast it in next week. Yes, and everything in a quarter-mile radius while you're at it. What's the problem? Miasma in the way? Mithra burns miasma. Miasma no longer in the way. Done. Mithra, the power you wield is undeniable. But all it takes is the slightest misjudgment and we end up being no better than Malos. Sorry to interrupt, but I think Hayes' powers should be able to disperse it too. Oh, really? That would be very handy. Yes, I just need a moment of concentration. Do you think you could take care of the monsters for me? Say no more. Mithra, you're up. This seems like a ridiculously overcomplicated way to deal with things, but my driver's whisk is my command. That'll do. Let's go. We've got a main story quest. What bars the way?
We cannot turn them away.
Oh yeah, when you accept quests, some of the characters will actually say things, so maybe I should shut up when I accept quests from now on. You've received a quest. Quests can be broadly divided into main story and regular quests. This one is a main story quest, which means it's required to progress through the game's story. Its objective appears on the compass as a pink 2 exclamation mark icon. Many people out in the world have troubles they'll appreciate your help with. Those characters will have a blue question mark above their heads. Speak to them and they'll explain the situation, requesting your assistance with something. That's how regular quests work. Resolving their issues will surely remove them and to reward you with a nice gift in return. Regular quests are not necessarily progress through the game's story and are marked on the compass with blue icons. Now, let's use Hayes' powers to get rid of that ether miasma here.
I think we've been spotted.
Each of your party members has a unique art that only they can use called a talent art. If you meet the requirements for activating it, you can press right to do so. To check the conditions and effects of talent arts, visit the Enhance Arts menu. Talent arts have very powerful effects, but come with significant downsides as well. Be sure to consider when and how to use them to get the most benefit. Laura has Swallow's Flight as her talent art. Attacking, healing your team, and other actions your foes consider undesirable will make the character performing them accrue a value called aggro. Aggro is accumulated individually by each team, and enemies will attack the team with the highest aggro. Each enemy accrues aggro individually, so if you have 2 different enemies, they might both go after a different team. Try to manage your aggro so that teams with low HP or ones with low defense values don't get targeted. Raining in attacks for a time is also a useful technique. Anyway, Swallow's Flight. I used it and it immediately recharged all 3 of my arts, but it spent half my health to do so. It's a good one, but it's a dangerous one to use. Inexhaustible, Jin's talent art consumes his recoverable HP, and everyone's dead, so I didn't get to use it. All done. Now it's Hayes' time to shine. Not so fast. That wasn't all the monsters. The miasma has attracted more. We can't do our thing until they're all dealt with. Well, that's lame. Lame it may be, but we can't give up now.
Spoiling for a fight.
It's not uncommon in this game for enemies to come in many, many ways. This battle is one of those battles, as well as most battles around ether miasmas. Double that.
Can't just leave it there. Give me a chance. Try this exercise.
Many story battles also have multiple waves, but we haven't seen any other story battles yet. Are we done yet? Seems like it. Hayes, if you would. Right away. Titans, the great continents of all rest, are living beings, and one of the waste products they generate manifests as ether miasma. Ether miasma tends to attract monsters, so removing it isn't the safest of occupations. It is, however, rewarding, as doing so unlocks a new collection point each time. By clearing away the miasma requires the right field skills. These can be acquired and improved by unlocking the right nodes on Blade's Fairy charts. We should already have the one manipulate ether we need. And that'll get rid of the miasma. The ether The ether miasma's gone. Look over there. There's so much ether around here. We're bound to find some nice stuff if we look around. Ah, so the abundance of ether must have been what made the miasma form in the first place. Indeed. Well, if we run into any more miasmas, I trust you'll do the honors, Hayes? Of course. Leave it to me. I'm so glad you're with us. Otherwise, I'd be forced to rely on that loose cannon Mithra, right? No, that's not what I meant. You've always been my only blade, so you don't have any experience of working together with other blades. That's my fault, but I'm sure that by traveling with Jin and Hayes, you'll learn a lot more about your own power. And that's a good thing, right? Way to lay expectations on me. I'll give this cooperation thing a go, but I'm not making any promises about learning anything from it. And that completes the main story quest, What Bars the Way?
Less problem in the world.
This is becoming addictive.
And you can get some nice stuff from that. We got bunny meat, which is usually obtained from bunnets. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ionospheric Mitchell. Not something I want to fight right now. I believe, yes. Sloshrogel. Salshrogel? Yin wants to fight these for his affinity chart, so come over here. If you press down on the D-pad while targeting an enemy, you'll lure it. If it's running away from you like it just did there, that's quite the nice technique. I'm probably going to be able to topple this thing into the abyss. I'm doing a terrible job canceling arts. Oh, nope. Man, I didn't even get the break. It just interrupted me. Well, let's switch back to Jin. Because we've got a new talent art. Inexhaustible consumes recoverable HP in exchange for increased attack speed, evasion, and accuracy. Basically, every non-defense stat that he has gets increased. I can't remember off the top of my head how long this lasts for, but it's very strong, and it will expire if you switch blades, or vanguards. Hey, are you drivers? Then you've come just in time. You passed that bridge coming here, right? I was headed for the Harad Hills that lie beyond, but then... well, then some monsters came and settled there, and now I've got a problem. Please, would you defeat them for me? The dunes are the only place where you can find that sand of that color and composition. If I don't make the delivery in time, my father will surely get physical. Ah, the less said of that, then the better. I hope you deal with them soon. I'll be waiting at the Feltley Village campsite. Well, that was sudden. Are we gonna do anything about it? Personally, I do feel that ensuring Laura's happy reunion with her mother is our top priority, of course. But abandoning a person in need doesn't quite sit well with me either. If we extend a helping hand, we may receive assistance in return somewhere down the line. Yeah. It really is a conundrum. It's your choice, Laura. Yeah, we're with you, whatever you decide. I was really under the impression that Adam was the leader here. Thanks, guys. Let me think a while.
Don't you worry. I've got this.
Think my butt! We're going to do that! The goodwill Laura and her friends create is known as community. The foundation of community is speaking to the many and various inhabitants of Allrest. Speak to a person and you'll learn their name, job, and location. You can always check this information by going to the community menu found in the main menu. Talk to everyone and expand your community. Resolve an issue that a person in the community menu is struggling with, and they'll give you a token of their support for you. Collect a lot, and your community will grow stronger. Raising the community level will cause more quests to become available. What goes around comes around. Spreading the community spirit lets Laura, Jin, and their allies make their mark on the world. Doing good for the benefit of Allrest is its own reward. Oh, and one more thing. The menu is automatically opened every time someone's info is added to the community screen. But that can be disabled by turning on Skip Community Registration in main menu Sim Options Game Settings. This option is recommended for people who want to build a community quickly. You get to see the guy show up on the chart. I'm immediately going to turn that off, though. That is such an annoying thing. Let's skip that stuff. And now I want to head back to the secluded Boneway, I believe. Yeah, that's the best one. Oh, I see now. They're doing a grand job of blocking the way, aren't they? Some people don't want to cut their losses and quit, I guess. That's funny coming from you. I'm starting to feel for the monsters. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Lady Laura, should we intervene? Nah. They're just saying what they're thinking, and that's no easy thing. Sure, they might butt heads sometimes, but that doesn't mean they'll kill each other, right? Who the hell do you think you are? Good line. Why don't you look in a mirror and ask yourself that? I hate this guy's guts. Ah, friendly banter between comrades is music to my ears. I'm sure that together we can go far. Looks like they want to join the party. In that case, why don't we give them a warm welcome? Well, since I'm exhausted myself of things to talk about, why don't you listen to this amazing music?
My senses are heightened.
Try again.
Thanks for that. It's my turn.
Try this
Chill
other
stroke.
side. Stay back.
Ow, now.
Yeah, that was
No
try
blast.
again.
Jid.
Let me magnify
Dark
it.
slash. Hey, the future is within our grasp.
Take this. How about this? Best of luck. With game. I'll give you a hint. This is more like calm wind of healing. You're doing well. Good work, Hayes. The wind's my turn. Warlike strike. Hungry Spencer now will fight better. Spinning wheel.
Right then. All right.
Ray of punishment.
Well, that was simple enough. I've still got a barrier? Oh, no, it's gone. Well, with that done, let's just head back to Feltley Village and report the quest. Oh, well, on my way, I found a red item bag thing. That is a Crimson Slate piece. There's a bunch of these hidden around Allrest, and you want to collect all of them. Trust me on this. It is very worth your time to collect these. They are important.
Aren't we intrepid?
Also, these golden, collection points will give you more, items than normal. And the guy we're looking for is just at the campsite, so let's talk to him. Oh, you got rid of them? Drivers here have some skills. Thanks a bunch. Simple manual labor, my arse. Nothing simple about this, you codger. And still, I've gotta hurry if I don't want to get fed a knuckle sandwich. Here, I've got not much to offer, but take this with my thanks. We work as gardeners in the capital, my dad and me. If you're ever in the area, come say hi. Righto. How much sand did he say we needed again? I'll remember along the way, I'm sure. And with that, he gets added to our community.
You have my thanks.
Those monsters were a pain. Thanks for clearing the way for me. Dad and I work in the capital's gardens, so stop by if you're ever in the area. And that'll level up our community. You only need 1 for the first level. For the next level, we'll need 16. And we've completed that quest.
A happy conclusion.
And that'll give us the recipe for sword charms, a rigid vest, and affinity max attack 1. Let's check those out. Affinity max attack is a great Ox core that I think I'll put on Mithra right away. Increased damage dealt by 30% when affinity is at max. You always want your affinity to be at max. That's very important. So having affinity max attack 1 is incredible. We also got damage heal at some point. Adds 25% chance of restoring 4 HP after taking a hit. That is terrible, useless garbage. I'm gonna equip it because I've literally got nothing better. But it's so bad. Just trust me on that one. That's one of the worst Ox cores in the game, in my opinion. But with that quest done, I think I'll meet you back where we left off, halfway down the road to Yachink Harbour. Well, with that done, I should be able to get a new piece of Jin's affinity chart.
Half the battle is living to fight another day.
Wait, what's it Jin's?
You can rely on me to aid you.
Very nice.
Looks like you're getting the hang of me.
And, well, with that done, we've reached
here we are.
Yachink Harbour. Here we are. Yachink Harbour, isn't it? That's correct. I requested that they wait specially for Lady Laura before they depart. Oh, nice one. Good thinking, Hayes. Looks like getting our ride to Gormott will be no trouble at all. Come on, let's go have a chat with the captain. There are 2 main ways of making your entire team stronger are leveling up and using pouch items. When you earn enough XP fighting battles, you'll level up, increasing the team's stats. And when you use a pouch item, you'll empower the team with a certain buff. There are 3 ways to make a driver stronger. You can improve the actual character in one of 2 ways, or improve their equipment. Improving driver characters, enhance arts use weapon points earned in battle, and Infinity Chart use skill points earned in battle. Improving driver equipment, just equip accessories you want. There are 4 ways to make a blade stronger. You can either improve their actual character in one of 2 ways, or improve their equipment in one of 2 ways. Improving blade characters, you can use weapon points the same as drivers, or you can increase the affinity chart by completing the required tasks. I've already done a couple of those. Improving the equipment, weapon mod, use core chips, mostly found as treasure, and equip Ox cores, mostly dropped by foes. When you get an affinity chart reward for fulfilling a condition on a blade's affinity chart, you'll get a pop-up notification. The affinity reward won't be unlocked until you go into the menu, though. So, always do that. If you don't, the blade won't develop. Why don't we go into my driver enhance arts right now? Here you can see the talent art and all her arts, and you can switch to the rear guard arts to see those as well. These are actually very strong. Increased backstab damage, have aggro, very good. The recharge for rear guard arts is measured in seconds, whereas for vanguard arts it's measured by auto attacks. So, Path of Thorns takes 6 auto attacks, Hungry Snake takes 9, and Spinning Wheel takes 8. I really do think
It
Hungry
takes
Snake
time
is
and
the
effort
best
to get this
art
good.
that Laura has. For now, it's very good. It's a break art, so it's very good. Path of Thorns is also
Watch for this one
strong.
later.
Is there anything I want on the rear guard? Well, I don't have enough, so no. I'm going to upgrade Adam's Rising Arc because it's a launch art. We haven't really gotten into launch arts yet, but
I can keep
well,
on going,
when we
especially at
have
this rate.
direct control over Adam, I'm going to explain that more. I like Ogre Smash a lot more than
This
Legion
one's second
Scatter.
nature to me now.
Let's see what we've got in here. He's got a topple art as his switch art. Every switch art has a driver combo effect. Let's upgrade his aggro down Shadow Thrust art.
I can keep on going, especially at this rate.
And now let's look at their affinity charts. We've got 607 skill points, and skills are fairly strong. The first one I want to get for Adam is First Strike, which allows the use of the art assigned to X at the start of the battle.
Work hard enough, and our efforts won't be in vain.
Now, let's see what else I can get him. Ah, here we are. Arts Chain. That is very possibly the most important skill any character has, and each character has an Arts Chain skill. It's very good. I want to get that as soon as possible. I need to just get one more skill to unlock that ring, so I'm going to save up for Naturally Gifted and then save up for Arts Chain. As for Laura, I'm gonna start with Miles Ahead
have
to use her
improved.
X art at the start of the battle. And her Arts Chain is this one, so I'm going to get Honed
Must have
Reflexes right
improved.
now. And then I'm going to save up for Quickfire Combo. Next up, let's head to Jin's Enhance Arts. Star Slash is probably his best art. His
Tempered
other
by
twos are just
discipline.
positioning-based arts, and while they are certainly good, Star Slash annuls defense, and that's just incredible. As for the rear guard arts I want, he's one of very few blades that doesn't have a single buff art to his name. He's only got attacks for his rear guards. Freeze Bomb increases damage dealt to toppled enemies. That's pretty good, actually, since he topples things on his... Wait, no, that's when he's in the Vanguard. That's not very good. It's... Nah, I think I'll just upgrade Frostbreak.
Tempered by discipline.
As for Haze, he's got Mighty Gust to deal knockback. Swift Gale restores HP to her when the attack connects, and Wind of Healing heals the entire party. I think Swift
It would
Gale's the
appear I'm
art
stronger.
I want most, and Wind of Healing is also
I'll
pretty
keep
good.
giving it my all.
Mithra. If you played the main game, you might actually recognize these art names. They're actually her special names. Ray of Punishment is her level 1 special, Photon Edge is her level 2 special, and Lightning Buster is her level 3 special. They're not nearly as powerful in Torna, but they've got the same animations and everything. I think I want Ray of Punishment to increase damage dealt to toppled enemies, because he's
More
going to be
power
dealing
for
with
me.
those quite a few times, I expect. And Lightning Buster increases critical damage, which is just really good.
This should be wild.
Photon Edge is mainly just AoE. It's not very strong. It's got the best damage ratio, though, so it's got that going for it. Ooh, increased crit rate. Yeah, sure, I'll increase her crit rate.
This should be wild.
Excellent. I don't have any core chips yet, so I can't upgrade my swords. Well, let's keep looking around here because there are a few quests. Who do I talk to first? Let's talk to this crackerjack merc. Roly-poly. Oh, friends. Our friends may be a intrepid team of fearless drivers and blades. Roly-poly is also a driver. Meh? What do you mean, cool story? It's truth. Roly-poly, veteran of many, many battles. No, about to start new job, but it sound like super mega faff. So Roly-poly look on lookout for allies. Friends look competent, but Roly-poly know better than to trust appearance. We'll get into friends test. As for specifics of test, yes, Roly-poly just have the most excellent brainwave. Want to see friends topple 5 enemies using driver combo technique. Any foe will do. Roly-poly not picky. Friends know how topple works, yes? First use driver out to inflict break, then tell blade to do attack and watch enemy hit deck like sack of mushrooms. It's simple, no? Do break and then do topple. Repeat 5 times and pass test. And then when ready, don't forget to come see Roly-poly and give good news. And we get the quest driver coaching.
I hope we'll be able to help.
I'm not gonna set that as my active quest. Certain arts and switch arts have the ability to inflict certain status changes on the enemy. The 4 statuses are Break, Topple, Launch, Smash. Inflicting in that order, starting with Break, is called a driver combo. From Topple on upwards, inflicting the status will cause foes to drop HP potions and they won't fight back. You can use this to your advantage in battle. That's one of the more important things in the game. There's an old machine here. This mechanism looks ancient. There's nothing here for us now. Keep that in mind for later. It'll be important.
The suspense
These
is
green
killing me.
barrels are treasure troves, but they're also some of the more important treasure troves in the game.
You're coming with me, treasure. The suspense
These
is
are
killing me.
part of a major quest that spans most of the game. I'm going to be getting it probably next episode, and I won't be completing it for most of the game. It's a long quest.
You're coming with me, treasure.
Now then, let's talk to this Barney Stone seeker. Hey, I'm Isabella, don't you know? I'm something of an adventurer around these parts. Say, do you know about the Barney Stones? Long, long ago, a famed adventurer called Blue Barney went adventuring for treasure and all rest. But during his travels in Torna, he collected so much loot he couldn't carry it all. So he decided to seal it up inside big rocks and got monsters to guard it to make sure it didn't get stolen. He thought he'd retrieve his loot when he made it next to Torna, you see. But he never got the chance. And so the Barney Stones remain untouched to this day. Barney may have been a bit useless and a good for nothing, but it makes for an interesting tale, right? Fair enough. That's the end of this tale for you, then. Oh, she doesn't give me the quest! Fine, tell Jin. I'm sure he'll be more receptive. Yeah. So you agree? I'm so glad to have met a like-minded soul. Then have I got another tale for you. I hear there's a Barney Stone somewhere in the nearby Harad Hills. Though I might have a go at finding it myself, but no luck so far. Now I'm thinking I might just pack up and head back to the capital. But you look like you might be able to find it. When you do find it, you're supposed to hold up your hands and chant, "Barney's the man!" 3 times. Yeah, I know. I think it's nuts, too. You gotta say the words to break the seal, but you could probably just mutter it under your breath. Oh, and you'll have to take care of all the monsters that show up after you break the seal. If you can manage that, Barney's hidden loot will be all yours and will finally re-enter circulation. On the off chance you do manage to get the treasure, let me know. I'm sure it'll be an exciting tale you'll have to tell me. Until then, I suppose.
Don't you worry. I've got this.
This one I will set as my active quest. But that's not all I want to do. Remember how talking to people adds them to your community tab? If they're part of your community tab, then when they have quests for you, it'll actually be shown in those community tabs. Where is it? Even if we didn't have these quests in our quest log, they would have question marks in place of those exclamation marks they have. So, having people in your community, even if you don't have their quest, is very important. So talk to everyone. Are you tourists? No, not from the looks of you. Your adventurers are drivers, right? Well then, hope you're ready to hear some tips from a pro adventurer. That's me, by the way. If you're drivers, you'll stop from time to time to camp on the road. Take the opportunity to use the materials you've collected to create new items. You can also use the food, charms, and talisman you make for a variety of short-term boosts during battle. So, that's a pretty useful tip, isn't it? If you need any more, just come anytime and ask this pro adventurer. Me. Up here, there's a skill check, but...
With all my might.
Not even close.
Laser focus.
It'll be some time before we can do that, but hey, at least there's a treasure trove in this corner.
Better be good.
Let's quickly talk more things. Shiny thing.
There's something here.
Now then. There's a few more people I want to talk to before we go. Green barrel.
Better be good.
Make sure you don't miss these. They're important. They've got red pollen orbs in them. Those are important, and also apparently fang chips. Let's see if I can equip those. That'll increase my auto attack and crit rate by quite a bit. I absolutely want that. Oh, you've already got that. Well then, I'll put it on you. Damn it, I'm out of items for my pouch. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but they do make life on the road a little bit easier. If you leverage the effects of the right items, you can really amp up your usefulness. For a bit, anyway. At least it looks like I'm going to be able to finish up here without too much trouble. You should be loading up on your purchases with stuff as well. Just keep an eye on how much you have left. Next up to Lola. Meh? You those drivers? Very impressive. Delilah came all the way to Torna just to be driver. Think of power of blades, very glamorous. There's some places that only drivers can get by using power of blades. Want to get on blades so Delilah can visit all kinds of different places. And finally, the passionate youngster Luke. You all off to Gormont then. Before you head out, you should check out those glowy whitish spots around each area. You can get some pretty rad items from those, and they tend to be different kinds depending on the location. Near rocks, you'll find minerals, and near water, fish, insects in the desert, plant and fruit and grasslands. See the logic? So you gotta look in the right kind of place for the right kind of materials, you dig? And now that we've got all those in our, thing, let's head back to this secluded Boneway and complete that quest we just got.
We've been found.
Oh, hi there's Caliber Scorebox. Oh yeah, when you increase a driver or blade's affinity chart, it'll affect both driver and blade, as long as they're in the party in front. Haze's affinity chart won't affect Jin, and Jin's affinity chart will affect Haze, but both will affect Laura as long as they're in the back. So if I were to switch from Jin to Haze, I would have the effects of Haze's affinity chart instead of Jin. Speaking of Haze, I never actually mentioned her talent. It consumes all of her arts to stop the enemy from attacking, moving, etc. for 5 seconds. It's basically a free topple without the topple. You can't get a launch off of it, but it does stop the enemy. Also, there's another slate piece over there. Make sure you grab that.
Good work,
Behind
everyone.
Murness
I'm all
Falls,
adventured out.
there's a blue
Let
stone
me know if you want to rest.
and a
Aren't we
pristine
intrepid?
water slide where you can get a bunch of fish. That's the Barney stone. You might find certain mysterious stone pillars on your adventures called Barney stones. There's a feature that's unique to Torna. If you're on different Titans, you won't be finding any of these. Checking out a Barney stone means you'll have to fight off some monsters, but if you can manage it, you'll find some hidden treasure. Preparation is key. If you were to go here before, you would be able to interact with the Barney stone, but it would just say that it's sealed and you couldn't do
I
anything
think
about
we've
it.
been spotted.
We've got some lax flyers to deal with, and this isn't the only bunch of enemies that we're going to have to deal with. Remember how I said there are a bunch of fights that have waves of enemies? Barney stones are included in that, and they're probably the most common example of it, too.
Bond makes my power boundless.
Now that's more like
No problem for me. I really do want to get those topples so I can complete that quest. I mean, I'm really gonna complete it when I complete it, but I would rather have it completed sooner rather than later.
Give you a hand. Back into the fray.
Rest in peace.
The enemies will get more powerful as you go through a Barney stone. Like, we've got a Caliber Scorebox at level 10 now, and that's a lot stronger than the flyers we were fighting on.
Catch. A scout.
How about this?
Rest in peace.
Also, Mithra wants to fight Caliber Scoreboxes, so this is a good place to find one, I guess. And once you beat all the enemies and find the Barney stone, well, you get a treasure trove.
You're coming with me, treasure.
And we get a secret flag blueprint. That is a blueprint for, I believe, Laura. And we get another shell cameo. That's not very useful.
Aren't we intrepid?
Ah, that's for Adam. Probably increases movement speed.
Spoiling
Oh, hi there.
Happy to oblige.
Brady. Well, with that done, let's head back to the harbor. Hey, we found that treasure. Was there anything in it, actually? Oh, yeah, there's that blueprint. What am I doing? Huh? You haven't actually gone and found it, have you? The Barney stone and the treasure? Then tell me all the juicy details. I knew you had it in you. Didn't I say it? So, what do you think? Do you think you'll become adventurers now and make a killing? There's a legend about a stash of buried gold in Torna's vast desert. If I join forces with you, I reckon we could make a tidy profit. Just kidding. The last thing I need in my line of work is more tough competition. Well, thanks very much for listening to my waffle. Waffle? The breakfast food? I hear there are other Barney stones scattered around Torna, so good luck with those. And we'll gain her community for that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I knew you'd be the ones to uncover Blue Barney's stash soon as I saw you. Hope you'll find the rest of them too. They should be hidden all over.
Give me a shout next time something happens.
Ooh, a muscle belt. I think Adam wants that. That'll increase strength. Yeah, that's quite nice. You might as well have a rigid vest too. This Bonnet Choker increases luck. Luck makes it harder for enemies to resist your debuffs and makes it easier for you to resist enemy debuffs. It's not the greatest effect, but it's a lot better than that shell cameo, which actually does nothing. as for Barney stones, if you look through here, you can actually see one. But it's gonna be a while before we can challenge that one, so just remember it's there, mark it on the map by interacting with the thing, and later you'll be able to grab that. And with that done, next time on Torna the Golden Country, we'll actually be heading to Gormod. I know I said we'd be doing that today, but this has gone on for at least half an hour, I'm sure. And I'll see you guys next time.